Hi everybody, it's Miss Fiesel here. Just wanted to say sorry I'm absent today, but I wanted to just give you a little bit of an overview of what it is that you're going to be doing today with the sub. I did want to first remind you that you do have your first test coming up on Chapter 1 on Thursday. So even though I'm not here, that test is still going to happen. Remember, you have a few things to get yourself ready. So that half sheet that was handed out on Thursday last week, you should have available to help you get started studying. And I have extra copies of it up front for you if you've lost it. It's also on Google Classroom if you've lost it. I'll have a review for you Wednesday for our virtual Wednesday. Just make sure to hit mark as done on that Google form. But that's to give you an idea too of what you might see on the test. So if you do pretty well on it, then you're probably pretty good. And if not, then it gives you an idea of what sections to study for. And I'll also be posting a couple Google Hangouts throughout the day. So if you have any questions, you can pop in and ask me. So what you're going to do today with the sub, you have those big white sheets of paper, and we're going to make a living invention with those white sheets of paper. So it's going to review the characteristics of living things. You were given this handout that's called My Living Invention and a reminder of what all the characteristics of living things are. Down here, I have some probing questions for you of maybe some ideas you might want to do for your living invention, or if you want to call it your make a monster, that's fine too. But you are going to invent something that does not exist. So it could be a single-celled organism. You could look up pictures of what those look like, but come up with your own original vision of one. It could be a multicellular organism, so a plant or an animal that, again, you're going to envision your own creation of. And then you're going to tell me about it and all of the 8 characteristics that it has that makes it a living organism. Now, with the characteristics of living things, I do want you to try to have your living invention, though, be similar to other living things. So when it asks, for example, one of these questions, needs for materials and energy, how does your living thing eat, consume energy, eat or consume food or receive energy? If it's a plant, then you want to start talking about then, your plant is getting its energy from the sun and photosynthesis, etc. At the most, it could be like a Venus flytrap where maybe it has a special acid that it uses to eat bugs. However, if it is an animal, is it an herbivore? Is it eating plants? A carnivore? You're not going to, though, invent a new way of eating. So the only invention that you're making is the animal or plant or single-celled organism itself, like in our picture here. But the characteristics that it has, how it behaves, I'd like you to try to model off of living things. I have these little spots for you to write your stories, write your characteristics about that you can cut out and glue. And just some pictures of some of the past for you as to what these look like. I will have these up front as well, but here's one. We have the short story about it and all the characteristics about it. And if you find those little cutouts that I have for you are going to be too awkward, if you're going to write it out really nicely and give me nice headings, then you're more than welcome to completely handwrite it. But here's an example of a plant for you. And these will be up front as well if you'd like to see them a little bit more. This is due on Thursday, so if you finish it in class today, you are more than welcome to turn it in. Make sure your name is on the back. And if it is not done, then I'm looking for it to be finished up, and I'm looking for it to be turned in before we take our test on Thursday. And feel free to email me too with any questions you may have regarding our test. It is going to be all multiple choice and matching. I know that's usually the big one. So all multiple choice and matching. I won't have any short answer or free responses for you for this first one. That's it for me. I hope you have a great day. And this will be posted in Google Classroom too if you need to see this video again. Bye.